What is going on, everybody? I am the Blood Bowl champion. My Nurgle team didn't do very well during the league at the local game store, and I didn't go into the tournament having very many skills on my players, but I smashed everyone. Just a savage beatdown delivered by my Nurgle team. Sorry about the lighting. I am in the process of moving, and that's been a nightmare. So we'll get into that in another video. But I just want to share with you some thoughts on Blood Bowl and maybe get your opinion. So you should be playing Blood Bowl, whether that be Blood Bowl 2 on the computer. On occasion, you know I am anti-video games, but definitely look into joining your next local Blood Bowl league because it's very, very fun, and you will quickly be reminded that when you're rolling 1d6 and it's basically winning you or losing you the game every turn, it feels like ones show up and the dice betray you and you lose. But that's what happened to me in the league. I was about middle of the road, about 33% win, 33% loss, 33% tie, somewhere around there. I think I went like 5 wins, 4 losses, 3 ties, or something like that, or 4 ties. So it was not the best performance in the league, and I was worried because I was really struggling to get star player points. And if you're familiar with Blood Bowl, the Chaos teams have a lot of stronger players and stuff, but not a lot of skills, not a lot of ball handling skills, no block on the team. So there's a few things that I lucked out on. I had no players really die. I only had one rotter die during the league, none of my expensive players. So I went into the championship. So how it worked was you played a 12-week league, and then you took your team that you developed during the league and you played the 3-round tournament. And you got your players back. It was a resurrection style tournament, but you didn't get any additional skills or star player points or money. So I went in with a full roster of 4 warriors, 4 pestigors, a beast of Nurgle, 4 rerolls, and like 5 or 6 rotters. So I had like almost a full team. I think I had like 13 or 14 players, and which is plenty, and 4 rerolls because I had no casualties. After I got my 4th pestigor, I could just save money, which I rolled very well for during the league despite losing games, and I got up to 4 rerolls. So that's very good. Now, the best part ever was the 3 people I beat in the tournament was an orc player, an undead player, and a dark elf player, and all 3 of them beat me during the league. So it was like sweet revenge on top of it all. And they were also the hardest strength of schedule because they were the 1st, 2nd, and 4th teams in the league, whereas I was like 7th or 8th out of probably 15 or 16, right? My whole thing was like middle of the road. They had players with 4 upgrades, so many skills, so many block and dodge, and I just rained pals on them, and I rained them over and over again. I had no tackle on any player. That's too much of a luxury when you can't even get a skill. And I just broke armor like crazy. So I consider myself pretty strategic and tactical when it comes to Blood Bowl, and I play pretty well, but there's no stopping like the armor breaks. I probably did 15 casualties over those 3 games, including crowd pushes and rock throws and people hurting themselves when they dodge out of a tackle zone. I probably got up to 20 casualties, including knockouts and stuns just from armor breaks. It was probably 30s to 40s maybe, I don't know. It was crazy. And I had only 3 hours of sleep that night. So I went in like, okay, I got no sleep, I don't want to go, but I'm going to make the best of it and just play fast and loose. I just kept telling my opponents I'm here to play fast and loose because I was delirious on 3 hours of sleep. So I'm like, because I didn't get enough rest, I want to make sure I have a good time, not stress about, rolling ones or whatever, double skulls, and just play fast and loose. And apparently when you just smash through everybody's armor and hurt all their players, you can play fast and loose. So it was really fun. The final game was against Dark Elves, who beat me my very first game, which is really cool. It was he beat me the first week was when the league started. Me versus his name's Eric, Dark Elves, and then we played in the Super Bowl against each other. So my first game of the league, lost to Dark Elves. Then we re-meet again in the Super Bowl, and I just smashed him. He had 4 block and dodge Dark Elf blitzers. I think all 4 of them had leap. Some of them had tackle and sidestep, and actually I don't know if any of them had sidestep, but they were crazy, and nothing could stop the Pals. So we actually ended up going into overtime, and by the end of the game, he only had 4 elves left on the pitch, and I think I had 10 or 11 guys. So even though he managed to tie it up, I still just continued to lay the beat down, and it was beautiful. So on top of this, I won $75 store credit because I won Best Painted. And if you know me, I care about that more than the league because painting is really what I care most about. The games are for fun. Painting is what I take a little more serious. So winning Best Painted was super awesome, and then winning the whole thing, $25 store credit for painting, $50 for winning 75 bucks. That's a free AdMech tank, right? So super, super cool. And it just wanted to share one more with you. My previous favorite Blood Bowl memory is when I was playing my halflings back probably 15 years ago now. I beat my friend Mike's Chaos team, the Chaos All-Stars, with my halfling team, and I beat him because he could not field 3 players on the pitch. Now this was back when diving tackle meant you could throw a block if somebody entered your tackle zone, and I had halflings with diving tackle and dauntless because I rolled a lot of doubles, and I just slaughtered him. And he just, if you know anything about Blood Bowl, a halfling team beating a chaos team because the chaos team can't field 3 players means I really beat him down with the block dice and the armor breaks. So just some fun thoughts. Before you tell me what your favorite Blood Bowl moments are, please subscribe. I'm going to see you soon. We're moving into the new place. You can't see it, but this place is a mess right now. And the new place is just a disaster. But we're going to make it work, I hope, or find another place. We'll talk to you soon. Hit subscribe and tell me about your Blood Bowl moments.